Welcome back to Confessions of a Queen.
Woo-woo.
I'm here with most of the girls today. I'm Jess.
I'm Steph.
I'm Annie.
And sorry, I was going to say we have a special guest today. We didn't realize that Angela was going to be out of town, but she is. So we decided to bring my baby, my love, my soulmate, twin flame best friend, Kayla.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Yes.
Excited to be here. Yay.
Welcome, Kayla.
Yeah.
We're so excited to have our first guest.
Yes.
Yes.
And we're
I'm
excited
honored
it's
to
you.
be the first one.
Yeah.
Dun,
You
dun,
are
dun.
very special.
You're so special. So we also work with Kayla, but she works in one of our sister companies called
Yes.
Fox and Honey.
Mm-hmm.
So she does really awesome charcuterie boards and just all different things creative.
All-inclusive
with
dinners. Like
Yeah.
these dinners, y'all, let me just plug it for a second. They were like, oh, we're going to have like a dinner for the management team. It's going to be like really relaxed and fun. And, you know, we show up there and it's like drinks with every course and homemade gnocchi and like tiramisu. And I was like, I have gained 20 pounds. But it was such a wonderful, beautiful experience. I literally said, I was like, can I do this every time? Like anytime
Right.
I go out to eat, this is how I want the experience to be because it was so
Yes.
wonderful and all encompassing.
Yes, well, that's good to hear. But I mean, honestly, the only reason I know how to do it is because of Steph. She just taught
also
me
Steph.
really, really well. I mean, obviously, Steph is the creative mind behind all of this, anyways. But yeah, she tells me what to do, and I just do it and make it a reality.
Kayla has definitely like gone above and beyond with everything, and especially this company, and we have taken to calling her Chef Queen.
Chef Queen. Welcome, Chef Queen. We got to get you a crown.
Right? Yes.
A chef hat with a crown.
chef
on
hat
it.
with a
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Literally.
Yes.
That's
I'm on it.
perfect.
Don't worry. I got you.
It'll just show up at your, like next time you show up to work, she'll just slide you over.
Right.
Just a crown.
Just
Here
wear that
you
every
go.
day.
Yeah.
So we were going to talk about traveling, which we talked about the last time, but we have decided to talk about something else today.
Something a
Yes.
little better.
Yes. So what are
Yes.
we talking about today, Kayla?
We are talking about LGBTQ plus rights
Woo!
and
Yes.
just life. Yes.
Yes.
Because love is love.
Because love
Absolutely.
is love.
So true.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So,
So, Kayla, why are we talking about LGBTQ rights?
We are talking about it because I am a lesbian. Dun, dun, dun.
Wow, a lesbian.
I know. Shocking. I know. Yeah, so I've been out for 15 years now. Can you
Wow.
believe that? Almost
Congratulations.
half my life already.
Well,
Well, but
love
that's such a
that. Yeah.
gift, I feel like. So many people, I know personally, maybe not in every aspect of their life, but at least in one part of their life, don't get to live exactly who they are. all the time.
Absolutely.
which is so sad.
Yeah.
It's so sad. I know. And, I got really, really lucky when I came out. My parents were really supportive and my friends were all really supportive. And then obviously being in this company, we're very all encompassing. It's not just about the
Yes.
LGBTQ plus community, but it's also about race and just humans in general and people in general
Equality.
and loving
Yeah.
them
Yes.
for exactly who they are. So I'm lucky in that aspect too. I'm definitely luckier than a lot others in my community. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Just a little lull there. It's all
Yeah.
right. We're still learning.
Yeah, for sure.
I guess we can kind of knock off some questions and some stuff. You talked a little bit about just finding equality in the workplace and stuff. Let's dive into that a little bit. I think you're from Chicago, right?
Yeah, Chicago
Yeah.
suburbs. I was born and raised. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm sure that out there things were a little bit different than they are out here.
Yeah.
And I don't want to like paint any part of the country different, even though many parts of the country are very different. I'm from California, so moving out to the Midwest was culture shock. Just like the way
yeah.
people grow up
Yeah.
and the way that people view other people is very
Right.
different because I have friends who just never knew anybody who was gay ever, like growing up. And I was like walking down the street with like what am I trying to think? I don't know what I was about to say, but I definitely meant to say drag queens because I spent a good amount of
Well,
time.
yeah,
in
you're
San
just surrounded
Francisco.
by the culture there. I mean,
Yeah.
coasts in general are typically, as we like to call, more liberal.
In cities.
For sure. Yeah, in cities,
Yeah.
definitely. And honestly, the culture just from moving from the Chicago suburbs to here, which is 2 hours away, so different. The people
Yeah.
are so different. When I first moved here, I was like, these river people are whack.
These river people. We got like fins and shit.
Yeah, I did, because like even in the burbs, it's so, there's so many people.
Yeah.
And it's actually harder to meet people in bigger cities. They're actually lonelier because there are so many people, but you're also so jaded because you're dealing with so many different types of people and cultures, and no one's really interested in talking to each other.
Right.
It's
So
headphones
very, like,
in.
segregated.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
it's headphones in,
100%.
staring straight forward. Like I could always tell when I would go into the city who was tourists and who weren't, because the tourists were going like this,
Yeah.
looking up at the skyscrapers, and the people that are from Chicago are walking past you like, what are you looking at? I see this every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're
They
just
got
not
shit
interested.
to do. They're
Right.
going places.
Yeah,
When
absolutely.
I lived
Yeah.
in DC, I was like, the tourists would try to talk to me on the subway, and I'd be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Get out of my face.
Yeah, for real. And then I moved here, and everyone, it's like, it is a big city, lots of people, right? But it's still small town feel.
Oh my gosh.
Which I totally loved about it,
100%.
but I was not used to the everyone telling me their life story within 2 minutes of meeting them.
Yes.
And I mean, I moved here I'm divorced now, but my ex-wife grew up here. And so this is where I came, and I just stayed after the divorce. But the first couple times we came to visit and look at places, I was like, if one more person tells me their life story, I'm going to freak out.
crazy, right?
I'm like, I don't, okay, good. I got nothing. I don't
Good
know what to
now.
say to you.
That's a really good observation.
Yeah.
That's something I hadn't really thought about, but it's so true because, I mean, coming to a new place, like everywhere you go, people are different. But this place in particular, people are very open, which is not a
Yeah.
bad thing. It's
No.
just like, I don't got time all the time.
Right.
Like, listen
Right.
to all of your stuff.
Right.
All of it. It's a
But
lot.
yeah, and going back to your original point, I was actually very surprised how progressive
That's awesome.
it was here for having that small town feel. And then especially, getting in to the company with you guys too, and just,
Yeah.
I mean, you go into the village alone and there's LGBTQ plus signs everywhere and rainbows everywhere. And we're starting to get all the stickers that says you are safe here. And it's really starting to go through the entire Quad Cities. I've really noticed a difference just within the past couple of years, how prideful we truly are. And actually some of my family comes and visits, and they're like, I see more rainbow flags here than I do in Chicago. And I think
Because
that's
in the
so
cities,
cool.
it's just
yeah.
like a regular whatever. It's
Yeah.
like not really. It's just regular. So here, now that it's becoming accepting, I feel like it's everybody's excited to be able to show their pride.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
for sure.
So beautiful and fun,
Yeah.
pretty because they're rainbows.
I know. How
I
can you
just
be
like came in,
unhappy
I went
looking
in
at a
for my
rainbow?
interview with you guys when I like got hired as a waitress, and I saw on the kitchen door like a rainbow flag, and I was like,
Oh
Yeah.
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 This is it.
Yeah.
This
Here
is
we
it
go.
okay, I
right
feel
here.
I will fit in here.
Yes. Yes, for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So let's talk about your dad and what and
love
how
dads.
he, accepted it and what he did for you to like get you to be more comfortable with coming out.
Yeah. So I was 14 when I kind of came out. And I think that a lot of kids listening, or whoever's listening who's a part of this community, I think back in those days, not that it was totally long ago, but
olden
a lot has
days.
happened. A lot has happened since then, though. And that's kind of when people my age were kind of like, you know what? Fuck it. We're coming out. But it was also kind of scary because we didn't really know you don't know how everyone's going to react. A lot of people that you think are going to be supportive aren't, and vice versa. And so a lot of people actually come out as bi first.
Oh, 100%.
A lot.
100%.
A lot.
Oh,
because
Most of the
I
people
didn't know
I
either.
know, even in California, who came out young, came out as bi.
yeah.
first.
And I think it's almost, some people, truly are. That's what the B is for,
Absolutely.
right? But I think that a lot of primarily, lesbians that I know now and gay men that I know now came out as bi first, because it's almost like a cushion for the people around you. Like there's still hope that I'm normal.
You're so right, though.
You know,
normal.
No.
for sure.
Absolutely.
But we all grow up differently. And you know, and I was really surprised with my dad, not because he's ever made me feel unloved by any means, but he grew up Irish Catholic. And you know, had 7 older sisters, and I didn't know what would happen. And actually my stepmom called me out first and told my dad.
Shmom.
Shmom. I call my stepmom
Hi,
Shmom.
Shmom.
Hi, Shmom. Hi, Brooke.
Love you.
Yeah. And she was calling me out, you know, and told my dad. And so we were walking into Walmart one day. I had no idea she had this conversation with him. And he put his arm around me. And his exact words were, "So you know I don't give a fuck who you fuck, right?"
That is so her dad.
I love
too.
that.
Oh my god.
My dad is the most intelligent, wonderful, vulgar man I have ever met in my
I love
entire
those
life.
words.
But yeah. And I said, okay. He's like, okay, I just wanted to let you know that. So it came out by the last time I really dated a guy was when I was 16. I really only had one boyfriend after that.
So you did come out as bi.
Yeah, at 14. Especially to my mom. My mom had a harder time with it. I think it was until I got engaged to a woman, and she was like, I can't really not deny this, but I can't tiptoe around this anymore.
Yeah.
I can't ignore it anymore.
Yeah. And I
Yeah.
think it was for her. Not that she ever loved me any less, but I think that she was worried about how people were going to react to me.
Of course.
Right.
And it was
you're
like
her
a
baby.
protection thing.
Yeah.
But I think the more and more she called my fiance and introduced her as my fiance and saw that no one batted an eye.
Yeah.
She was like, why did I even make this a thing?
Yeah.
You know, and became a lot more comfortable with it. But my dad from right out the gate and my stepmom were just like, hell yeah, gays, let's go.
Hell yeah,
Like, let's
gays.
rock and roll. And
Where are we going?
and I remember, yeah.
Your dad's
and
like, I get to go to lesbian bars.
I think he was more excited. That's like, well, at least I don't have to worry about teen pregnancy. Like,
Oh, yeah.
you know,
No,
and
seriously.
because he was a big on that. But yeah, and then they put me on they brought me to Pride when I was 16, me and my girlfriend in Chicago, and he had knew this guy who ran an insurance company downtown. So we went there at like 9:00 in the morning. They were drinking bloodies. Well, they surprised me and put me on the float. So my first Pride parade, I got to be on a float
That's
in
epic.
Chicago.
Oh
I
my
know,
God.
like.
Literally epic.
And then so they were in the
Amazing.
back of the float partying, and I was in the front of the float partying. And I just remember looking back and both of them like pointing at me and winking at me like, "Love you, boo." You know,
Oh, gosh,
and
That's
yeah,
so beautiful.
I know.
Oh my gosh,
And-
I thought you were looking at your like, tits.
Oh, that's just like, that's just so beautiful.
Yeah.
Cancer is
Oh,
crying. Guys,
know.
this is the second time she's cried on the podcast.
this time
they're happy.
Yes, no, but I'm almost tearing up too because I'm seriously so lucky.
Yeah.
Because not everyone gets
No.
that. No.
Yeah.
Well, and I would love to touch on that for a moment. Just
Yeah.
'cause- So I have talked about this with a couple of my friends before who are gay, and I never want this to sound like anybody is defending the parents of people who kick their children out and stop loving them. That's insane to me. I will never understand that. But I can see how when you have raised a human being and not to be a certain way, but
Sure.
you have raised and viewed them and in your head created this whole life for them.
Right.
And if they are like, no, that's not how I am, that can be just a little bit like, oh, shoot. You know?
Absolutely.
It's just like if you envision
huge
your
shift
life with
perspective.
another human and this other human now says like, no, I don't want to have this life with you anymore. You have to take a second. You have to just like
Yeah.
be able to let that go, and that can be hard.
And I'm glad you said that too. And you know, I'm not a mom. I can't wait to be a mom. Like I could have babies tomorrow, if I'm being honest.
Do
I've
it.
always wanted motherhood, whether it's adoption or whatever it is. But I even think about what I would do. Like I am a lesbian, and if my kid came to me and came out to me, it would even take me a second.
Yeah.
Because, you know, just I've had really, really good situations, being gay, obviously, like a lot of people around me are supportive, but that's not to say I haven't had bad either.
It's still hard.
And especially if like I had a daughter, I just can't, it scares me thinking about her like going into bars and denying a man hitting on her by telling them that she's gay, and them looking at my baby and saying it's because you haven't had the right dick yet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
that's
that's
a huge
those
thing. I
are
don't
the
know
kind
how
of
many
things.
times I've heard that.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
sick.
And those are the kind of things that fear would come from. It's not that I
Yeah.
wouldn't support them. I want them to be happy, of course, but that fear would immediately
You know
hit
what they're
my
gonna
gut
go through.
and just be
Yeah.
like, oh, my babies.
And you can't protect them from
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
Yeah.
This feels very similarly. I'm sure you feel this, Jess, with your daughters.
I also
Yeah.
feel that with my daughters as well. Both of my daughters are mixed, so
Oh my
you
gosh,
know,
yeah.
and I view them as just beautiful little
Right.
tiny humans.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, you know, that's not how everyone views that. You know, you've got the one side, like the white side, where it's like, okay, I don't know if I really fit in here, and then you have the black side. Don't really know if I fit in here. Where do I fit in? You know, and it's just so unfortunate.
Yeah, it is.
But all I can do every day is just let them know, like, hey, you are intelligent, you are amazing, you're gonna do great things in life, and just be happy.
Yeah.
You know,
You're beautiful.
they are so
Your
beautiful.
children are so
Oh my God, they are.
gorgeous, and they are so smart.
They really
So
are.
Just let me plug her kids real quick. 'Cause I don't have kids to plug,
No,
but
for
like
real.
one of her oldest daughter just got like put into like a Genius Kid program.
Yeah.
No, literally.
And her
Yeah.
youngest one yesterday was counting down to jump off the couch and counted 3, 5, go. So
Yes, 3, 5,
she
go.
is still
But
smart.
She's 2. She's
Yeah.
only 2.
she knows
you know,
3 and 5.
Yeah, how do
That's
you know
good.
3 and 5?
That's good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
That's a
mean,
lot of
just
numbers.
brilliant, amazing.
Oh my
So
gosh,
beautiful.
Milana, the oldest, she's my little Aquarius queen. We're both Aquariuses.
Yes.
And ever since we have met, I mean, you can correct me if I'm wrong, just have this bond. Like, we
Oh,
just
yeah.
speak
Love
the same
that.
language.
Oh,
And
yeah.
So sweet.
Yeah, I just love that kid so much.
I know, because I call you and I'm like, okay, why
How
is
do I
she
deal
doing
with
this?
this kid? I'm like,
Like,
oh
what
yeah,
is-
I did
like,
that too.
Really, really,
That's so
what is
funny.
happening? Tell me what to do, because I just
What am I
can't.
supposed to
I'm
do with
crying in
her?
the bathroom right now. So
Hey, but you
Brutal,
gotta
man.
support each other like that, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Help.
Yeah.
Raising
Yeah.
kids takes a village. I
For real.
always will believe
Man.
that.
Everything takes a village.
Seriously.
Oh my god, your
Village.
microphone just
it
shrimped.
did.
It's all right. We're back.
We're
We
back.
back, guys.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So that's great about your parents. But I really did not know that you came out as bi.
Yeah.
I
I
did
didn't know
not
that
know
either.
this about you. And I didn't
Yeah.
know that was like a thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, I've never heard of that.
It's just like I said, it's just to kind of protect, I think, the people, not always, I'm not speaking for everybody, but I think that a lot of people do it to protect, like I said, give that cushion. I mostly did that for my mom, if I'm being honest, because, you know, she's just like,
Hi,
well,
Mom.
Hi, Mom. You know, like I said, she just had a little bit harder of a time adjusting to it, which is fine. You know, like we just talked about, it's a lot for a parent to take in. And I've always been sensitive to that fact. It's not like she was ever mean to me about it, but my dad was definitely the one that was like, don't be quiet. Because-
that's great.
Love
I
that.
love
Because,
that.
You know, like I was taking...
Don't be quiet.
Yeah, because I went to, like, when I graduated high school, I was dating a girl at the time, and she came with me, and, like, you know, my mom was like, oh, this is Kayla's friend. And so when my dad left, he hugged me and whispered in my ear, he goes, she's your girlfriend. Say she's your girlfriend and be proud of it.
Oh my
Love
gosh.
you.
Can
Left.
we all take a
Gosh.
moment of a round
Yeah.
of applause for Kayla's father?
No, seriously.
Shout out. What is his
Seriously.
name? What's
Jim.
Jim.
Oh my
Yeah.
God! Shout out Jim.
Jim.
Holy hell! Because I grew up around, like I said, very accepting community, but that takes a lot of balls
Yeah.
to look at your kid in the eye and just completely love and accept them and be so happy for them.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
to trust you to
Yeah.
use your voice.
Right.
And use it for good and use it for positivity and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Sometimes parents have the best of intentions, but can stifle their children's
Absolutely.
voices. And so,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
yeah.
For sure.
A
Yeah.
lot of us
Yeah.
have dealt with that.
Yeah. And I think, you know, it took a lot of proving to my parents. I mean, just my whole life, as it always does for all kids. Like, you want to make your parents proud.
Oh,
right?
yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
yes.
I think, and they taught me to be loud. And then sometimes when I was loud, they were like, okay, quiet down. I'm like, no, this is how you taught me to be. So I definitely, beat to the rhythm of my own drum. And my stepmom said that to me too, especially getting into this company and taking these risks and careers. And they're like, well, what about college? And what about this? And what about that? And I'm like, there's something more for me. And I know it in my gut. And they're like, okay. And, just kind of doubted a little bit. But now they look at me and they're like, you were right, kid. You were right. We'll never doubt again.
Yes.
So
That's great.
Yeah.
Finding the trust. Having your parents find the trust. Oh, I thought you were fully like.
I thought you were crying. Yeah.
No, I'm not crying this time. I
It's fine. Just keep going.
We need to get a whiteboard, and every time she cries, we write a mark like
Just
podcast
tally.
1, Jess 0.
That is I.
Yeah.
Hey, that's brave though. Crying is brave. We talk
so
we
true.
talk
I
about this
wish I
all the
cried more.
time. Feeling is
Yeah.
brave. Like, being unfeeling it's not brave.
No, it's
Yeah.
TBH.
It's not. Like, putting those walls up is not brave. Stopping and pausing and actually feeling something for a moment, that's brave. Paying attention is brave. And then figuring out what to do about it is brave.
Because if you don't pay attention until after the fact, I can personally tell you it's going to feel a lot worse.
Oh, yeah.
That happens
Oh,
to
yeah.
me almost every time something happens. I'll just in the moment be like, oh, moving on. And then an hour later, I will like fully mentally break down.
I
Call my
People
therapist.
don't want to give you that time to
Right.
feel
Yeah.
things, or they want an answer right now. Or like if you're having an argument with your significant other and, they say something and you're like, hold on, I need to process that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing wrong with that. Don't let them tell you that there is.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with sitting to process your emotions.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm that way for sure. Like,
Yeah.
I can't just be like, okay, this is what I think. This is how I'm feeling. Like, I have to think about it and process it internally and even be by myself sometimes to process that. And it's very hard for me to cry. So I'm jealous of your
same.
tears.
Oh no,
Yeah.
no!
Bring that on.
Same.
It just instantly hits. Like, it's just like a punch in the throat.
Yeah.
It's like, hello, here's emotions.
I have always been like that too. I just hold it down. I don't talk about anything. And I will say, I think that's been one of the most beautiful parts of Jess's and I's friendship is I've taught her how to think more, and she's taught me how to feel more.
Yeah.
And so I've cried.
You guys are the yin and the yang.
I
Yes.
know.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
And our necklaces. For
And-
those of you on YouTube, we noticed this when we were outside earlier.
Oh my God.
Wow.
And
I'm
I
the
was like,
yin
are
and
you
she's
for
the yang.
real? And I'm wearing the yang and she's wearing the yin. I was like, stop it. And I almost bought those
Soulmates.
leggings the other day too. I was like, oh my God.
But I do
flames.
want to just
Yeah.
briefly say, coming off of Steph's comment about taking the time
Yes,
to
the
process
pause.
and stuff and pausing,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that is why I always tell anybody who is ever spoken to me about concerns on coming out or anything, there is no timeline.
No,
If you
there's
want to,
Oh no.
like, obviously I would not
It's your
recommend living in the closet your entire life because that could be very stressful for you. However,
Detrimental.
you can do that. It's up to you.
Yeah.
It's your life. It's your identity.
Yeah.
Nobody is telling you to do anything. Nobody is forcing you to do anything. People who force other people to come out by if my friend told me that he was gay and I went to our entire friend group in front of him and was like, oh, he's gay, and forced him to come out like that. That is in my opinion, one of the worst things that you can ever do to someone, because that is you
Absolutely.
stealing their identity from them.
Well,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
and it's a very, very personal journey,
Oh,
and it's a
yeah.
journey that never truly ends.
Yeah.
Because like everyone talks about their coming out story, and usually that coming out story is to parents, right, and friends.
Yeah.
But what they don't realize is you're coming out
Every
every
day.
day your entire
I
life.
just had this conversation.
Every single day. I've come out hundreds, if not thousands of times.
So this
in
is great,
15 years.
because I'm like,
Yeah.
I need to talk about this with you,
Yeah.
just for some other people's sake.
Yeah.
How have you become more comfortable with coming out every day? How do you like cope with that? Has that been because the person that or a few people that I have in my life who have spoken to me about this, that's a detriment to them. They feel like that's a burden.
Yes.
Or at least it seems to me like they feel that way.
Yeah.
I would love to know your thoughts on that because, like you said, you've been out for 15 years. You've been coming out every day for 15 years. So
every day.
please give some words of wisdom on that for people who are struggling.
Yeah. And, it's just like everything else. It's good days and bad days. And it's also kind of reading your safety.
Yes.
I've had,
Intuition.
I mean, it's really just paying attention to your surroundings. I would definitely say I'm a lot more comfortable coming out to strangers, like especially if we're at bars and we're just talking and it's something like, so do you have a boyfriend or, just normal conversation, like, no, I'm gay. And I feel a lot more comfortable when I have friends sitting next to me that I know will throat punch them if they say anything.
I'm throat punch.
Me too. Jess and I are like the tiniest people
I
in the
don't
room
care.
anywhere, and we will fully
She almost made me get into a fight one time.
Yes.
No.
I didn't make her do anything. She went mama bear. It's fine.
No.
I almost beat up one of our customers because of what I thought.
She did.
No, tell that real quick.
Yeah.
Tell that.
Yeah.
We were doing a dinner for Women's History Month.
Yeah.
And
Did I miss this? I
Yes.
must have missed
you missed it.
You
Yeah.
missed it,
And
yeah.
so I was taking some pictures and Kayla was doing her Chef Queen stuff. And so then I was at the end of the bar looking at my pictures and she goes, they called me a flamer genius. And I was like, they what?
They called you a what?
And I was like, where are they? What?
We both started laughing so hard and fell to the bar floor because I was like, Steph, and I took my mask down because she couldn't hear me with the mask or see my lips. I said, flavor, not flamer, flavor genius. And she goes, oh my God. And
They called you a what? She's like,
No,
I called you a flavor.
Like,
What? A flavor what?
sorry to everyone wearing headphones.
Sorry.
Oh my God.
Sorry, high five.
It was so funny.
Then
No.
I'm like,
Not
oh, okay.
Alex.
Okay.
We're good now. Okay. That's fine.
She's like immediately like, oh my God, thank God. Okay. Thought I was gonna have to like beat somebody up.
No, for real.
But yeah, so going back, but there have been times like, I had an experience with someone I was with one time and we were in, a really small town by the Chicago suburbs and had these two, I mean, they were huge. They were
Biker
like
dudes.
300 pounds, 6'5" biker dudes.
Yes.
Like massive.
My worst nightmare.
Yeah. And
terrifying.
sitting at the bar and they basically tag teamed both of us. Well, it got to the point where the girl I was with was like, dude, we are together. Back off of her.
Also, she's a hothead.
Yeah.
So.
And she's like, this is not appropriate. Like, no. Well, then one of the guys proceeds to like stick his hand down her pants. The other guy,
Oh my God.
Other guy goes up my back and pulls me off the bar stool by my hair.
What?
And then the bartender proceeds to throw us out because we are creating a scene.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't want to be there. Get out of that town. Anybody who's
No,
experienced
for
shit
sure.
like that, fucking just, I mean, obviously that sucks that you have to experience that. I'm not trying to be like, run away from all of your issues. But I just am like, oh no.
Yeah. And
Crazy.
Not giving you my business.
so
I'm like, what bar is it? Call them out. So mad.
but yeah, so there's definitely scary experiences. So I think after that, it didn't scare me back into the closet by any means,
Right.
but I definitely have moments still where I'm looking around when I grab my girlfriend's hand, or like if she like gives me a kiss, because I'm like,
I hate
who's
that.
around us right now, and what's gonna happen?
The thing is
know?
that we do live in a country where this is legal. This is real. There's nothing about this that is wrong.
No.
But
Well, and it's been this
unfortunately,
way
like,
forever.
yeah, and
Yeah.
unfortunately, I'm
To
like,
the dawn
of
is that ever
time.
going to go away? Like, are you ever going to be able to be like, even because I'm going to tell you right now, even if you go to really accepting places and accepting cities, there are always assholes.
There are always assholes.
I'll go home
Always.
to California now, and there'll be people on the side of the road with signs that say like, gay people are sinners, like they belong in hell. And I'm like, we're in Los Angeles. Like, what are you
Right.
doing?
But the point
Yeah.
is like it shouldn't matter where you are.
No.
Right.
No,
And
exactly.
And I don't think it should matter with religion either. Not that I want to get super deep into religion, but just I just want to touch on it for a moment though, because
Absolutely.
I did grow up Lutheran. And I do believe in God. I think that I am more spiritually based now. I'm definitely very vibey like Jess is. You know, I'm into zodiacs, but I definitely believe that there is a higher power. And I think that one of the most detrimental things in our community is when their belief is destroyed because the religion and God that they have followed their whole life tells them that they don't love them anymore because they love another person.
Okay,
Right.
but
Another
let's be
person,
clear.
another
Let's
soul.
be clear about that. God himself has not told him that.
Right.
The people in the
Right.
church have told him.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Exactly.
And so I just want to touch on that because it makes me sad that a lot of, people that I've talked to, they're like, well, I don't believe in God because of this. And so now they've not only possibly lost support from their families and their friends, but now they've lost their religion.
Yeah.
yeah,
and-
their
and-
spirituality.
Yeah,
and that's
and,
a huge part of
It
the
is
self.
huge.
And I
you
think
know?
that that's where a lot of mental illness comes from because of, you step into who you believe you truly are, but everything else goes away.
Right.
And it's
horrifying.
Yeah.
That's not a choice that anyone should have to make.
Correct.
No.
To be who you are or lose your whole belief system. That's so sad because I grew up in a church and I'm not as religious as I used to be at all. I'm definitely also a little more spiritual now. And I like the idea of always liked the idea of just there being a higher power, not necessarily
Yeah.
putting a gender or name to it. But I grew up in a very accepting church. Shout out to the United Church of Christ. Great community and just a nationwide church. And I didn't have to ever compromise my beliefs for anything. They
Right.
even were like, you can believe what you want to believe. We are just a group of people, a non-denominational group of people who do believe in Christ and do believe in God, but we believe that God is still speaking and that the Bible is not set in stone and all of that stuff. And that was such a hard and sad adjustment to move to the Midwest and meet people who were so ingrained in there and just like so blinded.
And rules.
Blinded.
Yeah.
By
Yeah.
rules, man-made rules.
Yeah.
And so much of religion is
Interpretation.
like, okay,
Yeah.
if you do this, well, you're going to hell. If you
Oh,
do this, you're going to
yeah.
hell. Like, where is the love?
I didn't even get taught of
in-
hell. Like, they
Yeah.
didn't even teach me that hell
Yeah.
existed.
That's great,
They were like, I
because
mean, you can
we
believe
live in
it, but
hell
you don't
right
have
now.
to.
That's what.
Well,
that's
if you're a
that's what
Buddhist,
this
what
is.
is it? Not Buddhism. Is it Hinduism? That
Hinduism.
if you, like, not ascending is rebirth. Like, hell is rebirth.
Oh,
You just
really?
stay.
Oh,
yeah.
really?
Or
Okay.
like-
I didn't
yeah.
know that.
I can't remember if it was. I'm so sorry if I'm butchering this. So please, I mean, you can come after me in the comments. It's okay.
Teach me
I
something.
think it's
Yeah,
either
teach us.
Hinduism or I don't. Maybe it's not Buddhism. I think it.
Well, Buddhism isn't a religion; it's a philosophy.
It's a philosophy.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
but there is a religion, yeah, where like if you don't ascend, it's rebirth into the world.
Yeah, I mean, it's the whole concept of
Yeah.
nirvana, like
Exactly.
that,
Yeah.
like you're trying to reach nirvana.
Yep.
The
Right.
the all like the not ending, but like ascending into
Absolutely.
like
Right.
the
Pure
universe.
enlightenment.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's why I like the term. I've come into the term ascension a lot more instead
Yes.
of like death and like
Yes.
heaven.
Yep.
Just ascending into like more.
Yeah.
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 I love
I
that.
just want to be water in the river, Kayla.
You are water in the river.
With the river people.
Hey, but not this river. The Mississippi is kind of gross.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
not in
you're-
that river.
You're
not
like
in
a
that
beautiful
river.
spring that's very peaceful.
Yes. Yes.
Aw.
Cute.
I was gonna
No,
say,
no,
yeah,
no.
you ain't the
You are the
Mississippi.
Nile.
Yes, the Nile.
You are
in
the
Egypt.
Nile.
Yes, in Egypt.
Well,
yes.
there we go.
We
Yeah.
should
Even
take
though
a
that's
cruise on the Nile.
even grosser
Yes.
than the
We'll do
Mississippi.
that.
Yeah.
Like,
So
we'll do that after
many
Lotus
Napa.
flowers.
There is lotus flowers.
Goes to Napa,
You know.
turns around. All right, going to Egypt
gotta
next.
go to Egypt.
No, for real, we gotta go.
Yeah, guys, we're going to Napa. So
We'll
get
have
ready
to do
for
a
some stuff that
podcast
comes from
on
that.
that.
Yeah.
We should do a
We should do-
podcast from
Alex,
Napa.
you're coming to
Napa.
Napa with us.
You're signed up now.
Yes, because Fox and Honey. Should we make the announcement?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Should we?
Yes,
Let's do it.
Okay, go ahead, Steph. This
Oh,
is, yes.
man.
Go
Okay,
ahead.
I'll do part of it.
Okay.
You'll do part of it. Okay. So, Fox and Honey, you may or may not have heard of. We started this company not too long ago, and things have been crazy, things have been super busy, and so we've gone a little bit back and forth on who we want to be, what we want to do. Well, Kayla and I met with Angela last week, and we just sat down and like got to the nuts and bolts of who we are, who we want to be. And one thing led to another.
As they always do.
As they do.
Always do.
So, a little fun fact about this group is that we go from 0 to 60 in
fast.
like 0.2 seconds flat.
Yes.
All of a
No,
sudden,
literally.
there's like chaos.
No, you mean like 560.
Yes.
Not
Yeah.
60. Like,
It goes
just
from 0 to
jumps.
60. So we're sitting here and we're thinking, we want to offer this curated hospitality, these wonderful experiences. We want to do gifting because we believe gifting is the ultimate in hospitality and creating that service and that experience for people. Well, in the great state of Iowa, you cannot ship wine unless you produce wine.
So
We decided to solve that problem for ourselves.
And we're going to become a vineyard.
we're gonna become a vineyard.
We are going to be the grapes.
We are planting Steph and Kayla out in the backyard.
And they're
They're gonna
becoming
grow
grapes.
into wine. So just
yeah.
like Jesus Christ, going back to religion.
So yeah, we're looking at farms, and I'm hoping to become an all-encompassing hospitality everything. Making our own cheeses, making our own wine, growing our own products, veggies and flowers and everything. Fruits.
Literally everything.
And so we're looking at farms.
Yeah.
And
Woohoo.
getting wine credentials and going to
exciting.
Napa to educate ourselves so we can
Yes,
make good
I
wine.
am just
and-
going for moral
Yeah.
support.
Yeah.
They were like, we're all
You know.
going to Napa. And Jess and I were like, us too.
I told Steph, I was like, I need a vacation.
Yeah.
And she was like, funny you
I'm
say
like
that.
burning out. And she's like, well, let's go to Napa. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay.
Which, by the way, Kayla's like emailing us things, like these places she's found that are like so reasonably priced.
I
What?
know. I was shocked
Crazy.
when
that
I was looking
first
at it.
link I looked at, and I like divided it by the amount of people and stuff, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I can go.
Yeah.
I literally can do this.
No,
Yes.
absolutely. I was shocked too. And I've been looking at all types of tours, and I just got 2 books from Steph. I have more coming to me on the way because I have
Yes.
a lot of independent study to do to become like this total wino.
Yes.
But which I'm really excited about because
gosh.
if anyone knows me, they know I'm an Irish girl who likes her drinks.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
Very
I just
true.
made
Very
I
true.
just manifested a farm where I make my own wine, and
Yeah,
I get to drink
dude.
every day. So
Everyone listening, get on the manifestation
No,
train.
seriously.
Yes.
Because
we need it
Manifestation
all. We need
But
it all.
truthfully, so like we have the best manifestors ever on this
No,
team.
literally.
Oh my God,
And
for
sometimes I'm like, stop it.
Yeah, I know.
I know.
We did it too hard.
literally
We go too
text
hard.
me and she'll be like, Jess, you manifested too hard.
Yep.
I'm like, sorry. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
All the
Stop it.
time.
Stop it.
But also, like, hello, dream jobs. We make cookies.
Uh-huh.
We
Yes.
make awesome food. We make wine. We do parties where we can create all types of fun food and drinks and
experiences.
experiences.
Yes.
And
And we all like each other. I
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
have to say that when I was talking earlier about that dinner that we had with
Yeah.
everybody, sometimes I myself personally can make myself feel isolated. I make myself feel that way. It's not anything that any of you guys do. It's just like when I get stressed and when I feel overwhelmed, immediately my brain jumps to like, I am all alone. There's no one to help me and they all suck. And that's just like where I go. And I know I'm working with my therapist, like we're getting there.
Yeah.
But that dinner we had, I just was reminded how much we all get along and how special that is, because I have worked in jobs and in offices and on teams where there's even just like one person that you're like, ugh, and that
Yeah.
ruins the whole vibe. And we I am so, so, so grateful.
Yeah.
Yes.
I can't believe
so
how lucky
jump
we all
on
got.
the manifestation train because
Please.
you
Yes.
can have the dream team
Everything.
too.
Yes,
I mean,
you
can't
can.
have our dream team. But
No, you can't have us. Sorry.
But maybe
Taken.
you'll join it one day. You
Hey,
never know.
I mean,
Hey,
we
need
we're
all the
already
help we can
hiring,
get.
So if y'all want a job, just
We're going to have
out.
chickens.
Reach
We're going to
out.
have goats.
Yes.
We're going to have lots of vegetables.
There's going to be
Yes.
horses on the
fruit.
farm.
Yes.
Steph literally
There's
was like,
already
guess
stables.
what? You can get a horse.
And
Keep it on my
flowers
farm.
and plants.
Yeah.
All the
And we
plant
were
babies.
we
You
were
can be
tossing
bought
around
as
the
queens,
idea
too.
too of like horseback riding
Oh,
like
absolutely.
through the grapes
Yeah.
and
When we go to Napa, that has to be on the agenda.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
they
it
have
should.
that there. It's
Yes,
big.
for sure.
It's amazing.
I'm doing it.
But yeah,
Do
like
it. I'm
floral
bringing my
classes
boots.
and pairings.
You're going to be like, I'm bringing my horse.
Yes.
Flies Oscar. Flies Oscar across the nation just to ride him in grapes. He'd be like, what the heck?
You're like, this sucks, man.
This sucks, man. Wow, we did a really good job staying on topic talking about LGBTQ.
Okay,
we
but
did.
I
We
mean,
absolutely did.
Oh
though.
yeah, but
Yeah.
I mean this just we can talk about travel next time when we're in Napa.
It feeds
yes.
You know
into
what I
that
mean? Like it totally.
perfectly.
Yes.
It's
I
just
think the
like-
next episode is actually going to be a very special personal holiday for all of us.
Oh, I will be out of town.
Yeah.
Oh
she'll
no.
be
So-
gone.
You're gonna miss your holiday. It's your birthday.
I could
holiday.
I could
phone
call
in.
in.
We'll phone her.
Yeah,
in.
we'll
Yeah,
phone her
call
in.
We'll
in.
just
Yeah.
have to have another
Phone her in.
guest.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Call in.
after
Yeah, because
that,
there's
then.
plenty
Yeah.
in this company. Like we got people from Baked and everywhere that we've got really good.
We have
peeps.
amazing people.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And I just want to really quickly before we wrap up, shout out to anybody and everybody, either employee or not, who has reached out to me personally and told me how much they appreciate the podcast. Because I will be honest,
Yes.
it has been a difficult thing for me to be able to be this open publicly about some of the things that we have spoken about. Thank God I have a therapist. But when people reach out and just say like, I really needed to hear that. That means a lot to me because
Yeah.
I always
Yeah.
am like questioning things and oh my gosh, did I want to say that? Is that how I want to be perceived and stuff like that? And it's
Yeah.
just makes me feel like, okay, we are doing this for a reason.
Absolutely.
This is
Yes.
good.
We're channeling our inner Brene
Yes.
Browns being
Yes.
Oh my
vulnerable.
gosh. Hi, Brene. Shout out to Brene Brown.
Yes, sponsor us.
Yes.
Sponsor us. Glennon Doyle.
Also, Glennon.
Brady Carlisle.
Okay,
with us.
so Glennon Doyle is literally the goddess of my entire life.
is.
Your whole
And
existence.
My whole existence.
Literally.
She has
Polar
saved my,
bears.
Yes, she has
Shout
saved
out
my
to you.
life in so many ways constantly. I've gotten all these girls on the Glennon Doyle bandwagon, and
Yes,
you and
you have.
Abby are the
Absolutely.
freaking best. So if you ever hear this podcast, please call me because I love you
Glennon,
so
we
much.
love you. Everybody
We
go
will
read
send you her phone number.
Untamed because
Oh my
that
gosh,
shit is-
Untamed. Seriously.
Untamed.
Yes, let's send her cookies.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
100%.
Absolutely.
Where's her
Yes.
address? Glennon?
We'll name one of our wines Untamed.
She's
Untamed
actually-
Chardonnay.
Oh my gosh, yes. Based off of her.
God.
Okay, so not to brag or anything, but I stalk her so much and I comment on her stuff so much that she has actually liked multiple of my comments.
Bro.
So,
Yes.
I might just reach out and see
Yeah.
what happens because she still to this day reads every comment and every message
Oh,
that
I
she
love
receives.
that.
Yeah.
So
That's amazing.
I loved
She's
her. She did a
amazing.
post. So Brandy Carlisle also just released a book,
Yes,
which I
yeah.
love Brandy Carlisle
Same.
because I'm a big like old school country
Yes,
gal, and
she's
Brandy
awesome.
just embodies that. Also, Brandy is like openly out
Yes.
and a country star, and that's just so amazing to me. But
Yes.
anyways, she and Brandy just did like a collab
Yeah.
or interview together, and she posted this video of when Brandy won her award. I think it was a Grammy, and she was like running around in a cute dress, and she was like, "Brandy won!" And I was like, "That's my vibe."
Yeah. It's my spirit animal.
Yeah.
Yes.
She
Yeah.
just is so like small and feisty, and I absolutely love how open she's been about her journey and how she didn't come out till she was older. That's
Yeah.
so inspiring
Yeah.
because
Well, same with Glennon too.
yeah.
That's what she means.
That's what I mean.
Oh,
I mean
okay.
Glennon. I'm not
Okay.
talking about Brandy. Sorry. But
Sorry.
Brandy is like beautiful and wonderful.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Yeah.
Such a great influence on the community.
yeah.
Yeah, and just to women, just
To
everyone in
women,
general.
Yeah.
I
She's-
really
yeah.
appreciate how
Yes.
open she was about her journey as a woman,
Yeah.
not even barring her sexuality, like
Right.
just her. Oh, I was like, girl,
Yeah. That.
Yeah. That's a queen right there.
Oh my gosh, she makes me cry.
we need to
know.
send.
I
that
mean,
cookie queen
everything
some
makes me
cookies.
cry, but
will.
especially you,
Yes.
Glennon.
Yes.
You, she just has a way with words.
She does.
She does. That's weird how she's a
So
writer. Huh?
beautiful. I know, it's so strange.
I know.
So strange.
Every book of hers that she's ever come out with, I have read in a day. because I
No,
can't put it down.
literally.
Yeah.
And I highlight and underline, and then I reread it. I think I've read Untamed 3 times, Love Warrior at least twice. Like,
I really love listening to Untamed because she reads it. And this, at first, when I just didn't know anything about her and heard her voice, I was like, what the heck? Because she talks like this. And there's no shame there, but I was like, what is this book? She was talking about a damn cheetah. She was like, and then the cheetah ran. And I was like, this is dramatic. But I got it. I got there.
Yeah.
And I love your voice now.
Yeah,
Maybe you should read it.
She's great.
I should read it.
Yeah.
I should read books. That should be my side hustle.
Side
Reading
hustle.
books.
Yeah, I'll read books out loud. That'll be
There you go.
my personal podcast.
There you go.
Yes.
Chapter
There you
1. All right, we
Yes.
should probably
Yeah.
wrap this up. We're
Yes.
getting into the weird places of our brains.
Yes, we know. There's a lot of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we were so happy to have you on our podcast.
Thank you so much, Kayla.
It was fun, and I
I'm
hope
so
it
happy.
helps somebody out there. I know my story is a little bit more positive than most, but I think we'll probably post.
That's important, though. We need to share
maybe
the
some
positive
phone
stories.
numbers and stuff
yeah.
for people.
Absolutely.
And obviously,
Yeah.
like if you're in our company or, reach out to me personally or whoever, because you have a really great supportive group here for anybody who is struggling with coming out or
absolutely.
needs
You're all
advice
allies
or
here.
just
We are
wants to
here for
share. We love that. So
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
thanks for coming today.
Yes.
And we will talk to you again soon.
Thank you so
Yay,
much
thank
for
you.
listening.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.